The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.
Come back after the bridge scandal. Today in Trenton, he gave his State of New Jersey address, and he was kind of contrite.
The last week has certainly tested this administration. Mistakes were clearly made, and as a result, we let down the people we're entrusted to serve. I know our citizens deserve better, much better.
Here now to analyze the governor going forward, Monica Crowley now in Colmes. Colmes, can he make a comeback?
Yes, of course.
So?
I certainly think he can, depending upon what else might come out about this. If it turns out there's further retribution, if it turns out he actually did know about this,
he's done. Everybody knows
then he's got a problem. But sure he can.
But let's assume he was telling the truth, Monica, because that's what I said.
Right.
Fair-minded people, when a guy like that gets out there and says, I didn't know about it, no matter if you don't like him, you do like him, whatever, if he's going to put his whole life on the line, which is what you do when you go out and say, I didn't know about it, okay? You put your whole life on the line. Fair-minded people will believe him. Now, if he lied, he's done. We all know that.
Right.
That's why the polls on Christie are no good, because they have the big if. If he, useless, why bother? However, he is damaged in some precincts, is he not?
Well, let me say this. I think that he built a reputation for being a straight talker and a straight shooter, and that's what he did over the last week, right? So I think to some extent it does help him. What hurts him is this idea that he has surrounded himself with maybe some thugs and some bullies that carried out some orders, whether or not it came from him, and that might damage him because he has this reputation for being above board, you know, total straight shooter and totally honest. So that might chip away at the image a little bit. On the other hand, this could toughen him up. This could harden the guy, because what should occur to Chris Christie is that President Obama is not his friend, the Democrats aren't his friend, and the media aren't his friends. They will never be his friends.
Well, a bunch of conservative Republicans.
The conservatives aren't his
friends either, and they're all over him. You know, the hard right doesn't like Christie at all. They don't want any part of him. They were, I think,
but they never did. So if this hardens him up, so he knows what the other side is capable of, and even members of his own side, then he could go into the 2016 race a more formidable force.
I think if Hillary Clinton runs for president, and we all believe she will unless there's some kind of malady or something like that, that this is going to be another emotional election like Barack Obama. It's going to be polarizing because at this point, pretty much everybody's made up their mind about Hillary Clinton. You either like her or you don't, right?
Right.
And a lot of people like her. She does very well in the favorability polling, okay? So whoever the Republican challenger, the only thing that challenger can do is go after her and say that she is a hollow pantsuit.
And that's going to be very tough, especially if it's a man running against Hillary Clinton. Okay?
But Christie is the most capable of, well, I shouldn't say that. Cruz and Paul,
there are a lot of tough people
on
the Republican side. But remember, what makes this extra tough is that you're running against another first.
Yeah.
So in 2008, against the first black candidate, now you're going to be running against the first woman. It complicates the calculus.
Yeah, it absolutely does. And you say?
I say that what they're doing to Christie with Bridgegate or Bridgegazi, I think they're doing to Hillary Clinton with Benghazi, and that this Benghazi thing has been an attempt to get Hillary Clinton. But also, let's not forget, we're 3 years away. If you really wanted to go after Christie with this to hurt his chances in 2016, this could easily be forgotten by then.
That's right. If there's no more revelations, if this is just bad staffers, okay, and we've all had them. We have all had bad staffers. I've been lucky in 18 years. I've had like 5 bad staffers in 18 years, but everybody with a large staff has them. And you just can't.
And here's the issue with Christie. He's kind of known as a hands-on guy. And
I'm a hands-on guy. You can't read minds. You just can't read minds.
And you can't control everybody who's under you.
Right.
That's exactly right. I mean, now, his job approval is still nearly 60% in New Jersey.
Let's see, though. It hasn't really.
And nationally, there was a new Pew poll out. Nationally, 60% of American voters say that this has not changed their view of Chris Christie.
It's 60% across the country.
If that holds.
That could change.
All right. Now, if Christie doesn't come back, say he makes another mistake, all right? Skeptic, you know, it's not a wish, it's if he does. Who in your mind is the front runner for the Republican Party?
I think their best chance would be Jeb Bush.
Jeb Bush. And how about you?
I'm not sure Jeb Bush can make it through a Republican primary.
Why not?
I think, because I think he's perceived as too moderate. I also think you have a Clintonian problem with the Bush family. In other words, you want a fresh face. This is Hillary's problem as well. I mean, she's been in the public eye for 30 years now.
Right.
People want a fresh face. Nothing against Jeb Bush. I'm not convinced he is
Colmes came back with a pick.
Conservative.
Who's your pick?
I like Ted Cruz.
Oh,
I'm
no.
a Ted Cruz.
Not
fan.
going to happen.
Yes,
Not going to happen.
Listen, he will probably run for president. He's a hell of a smart guy, and I think he could give everybody in the GOP race.
I want to see
Do you think you
a
can
real
convince
race for this.
moderates and independents to go for
I
him?
certainly can.
No
Yes,
way.
I certainly do.
All right,
And plus,
Mark.
he has to show his birth certificate.
All right, there you go. Crowley and Colmes together again. Dr. Tip of the day, a viewer, has a money-saving suggestion for everybody.
The only people who don't want to disclose the truth are people with something to hide.